Criticism of the Territory Government's mandatory alcohol rehabilitation plan has been stepped up by the independent member for Nelson. Jerry Wood says there should be a purpose-built facility to reduce the risk of a death in custody.
The independent member for Nelson thinks the Territory Government has been panicked into trying to take over the Medi Hotel for mandatory rehabilitation by the public backlash over the scrapping of the banned drinker register. Jerry Wood supports mandatory rehab, but he doesn't think the facility would be safe.
The first person that either harms himself or gets or actually dies in one of those places, well, you'll know where the blame will go fairly back at the government.
We will make sure that the rooms are safe.
The government's determined to press on with passing the mandatory rehab laws by July, even though it doesn't have permission to use the Medi Hotel.
We will have a strong mandatory component, but over time people will want to opt in a voluntary component more and more so.
The government thinks it can overcome the concerns of non-government organisations, which don't want to use force to detain people.
If there are some finer points that need fixing or working through over the course of the next few weeks, then I'm sure we'll be able to get through that.
The view of both the government and opposition has not been changed by Justice Department data showing drunks who went through court-ordered rehabilitation re-offended at just as high a rate as those who didn't.
Those court orders were for voluntary rehabilitation where people can opt in or opt out.
We knew that while we were trying to make an intervention and trying to make a difference, it wasn't always going to work. But we knew that. But we thought we had to make that effort.
All sides of politics support rehabilitation, even though the success rate is low. But the government stands alone in refusing to address the supply of alcohol as well. Jane Barton, ABC News.